Kamel Hawwash, who joins us live from Birmingham in the UK. He's the former chair of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign in the UK. Great to have you on the programme. There's so many questions for you right now, but your raw reaction to what we've heard from Donald Trump, and also the fact, significantly, that Trump says the former British Prime Minister Tony Blair and others will be on a board that will govern Gaza on an interim basis.
First of all, America and Israel were partners in the genocide and continue to be. Netanyahu has failed to achieve his objectives by killing over 60,000 people. So Trump helps him with this plan that he endorses and pushes to achieve his objectives that he could have done months ago. Because as your correspondent was saying, Israel reneged on an agreement back in March. So what I see in this is an absence of any Palestinian voice in the formulation of this plan, and it's a sort of take it or leave it for Hamas. Hamas has always said it will not disarm, has always said that the Palestinians have a right to self-defense and resistance to eject the occupation. So we wait and see when they respond whether Hamas will sign this agreement. And in the meantime, as your pictures show, Israel continues to kill and maim. So I'm not sure what the reaction of Hamas is going to be. And they have put all the balls in Hamas's court, but we will just, as you announced, Hamas has said they haven't seen the agreement yet, or the plan yet, and the fact that Tony Blair will be involved, every Palestinian will dread this pro-Israeli war criminal actually being partly in charge of any part of Palestine, whether it's the West Bank or Gaza.
Indeed, at that point also, how Palestinians would see Gaza being run by outsiders, by Donald Trump effectively, well, from afar chairing it, the former British Prime Minister Tony Blair being heavily involved with the World Bank. I understand there's a role for the PA as well, some Palestinian technocrats. What more do you know about who would be involved in running post-Gaza?
We haven't seen enough, really, about who would be, except that Donald Trump would lead this peace group, so supposedly called peace group, that Tony Blair would be involved. The news yesterday and the day before was that he would be in charge, but it seems that that will not be the case. A person who has been almost invisible but has been at the heart of this is Jared Kushner, who is the president's son-in-law, who is involved in the deal of the century, so-called, the last time that Trump was the president. He has always seen Gaza as a property deal, really. It's going to be more difficult for them to make it a property deal if the Palestinians, as they should, stay in Gaza. It'll be a question of rebuilding. When they talk about security, they only talk about the security of Israelis as they define it, rather than equal security for Palestinians who have always suffered from Israeli atrocities and imprisonment and killing and demolition, the almost total destruction of the Gaza Strip. So Tony Blair is not someone in particular who was in charge of the quartet, who brought any peace any nearer for Palestinians, and people will suspect that he will look for opportunities to enrich himself and his foundation rather than actually care about the Palestinian people.
And Kamel, as you rightly said, there's no Palestinian voice. We're waiting to see what Hamas says, and it does seem like a take it or leave it offer to them. But what is it? Have we heard anything about what it actually means for the people in Gaza at the moment? Because there were previous plans, so many that talked about that's not even the right word, forceful displacement from outside Gaza to other countries. Those were previous plans that were floated.
Yes, I mean, I think they want this to be over. Goodness knows how they have coped for as long as they have, for 2 years. Some of them, yesterday I saw a lady say that she'd been displaced 26 times. Imagine if any of us had to be displaced from his home even once, but not to have anywhere that you can call home, especially when you've got children, to lose many of your relatives. I think they are really, really tired of this, and they want it to end. But at the same time, they know that Israel does not sees them as human animals. And therefore, if Netanyahu doesn't get his way completely, at any point, they can come back, the Israelis, and continue to bomb and kill and maim. And indeed, this plan doesn't set a deadline or a timeline for Israel to withdraw. It says that the hostages must be released within the next 48 hours or 72 hours, and that Netanyahu can take his time in actually leaving Gaza. So the Palestinians are looking for an end to the aggression and the killing, but this plan doesn't tell them when that will happen and whether it's guaranteed to last.
Thank you so much. Kamel Hawwash, former chair of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign in the UK. Really appreciate your time and reaction to this news.